Let's all find our seats. Good. Once you arrive, grow your spine long and just come into that quiet space within. Let everything settle. Find your breath and just notice the natural rhythm of the breath first. And then mindfully begin to slow it down, allowing the breath to come to a slower rhythm. With a long, deep breath in and even longer breaths out. Slow and easy breaths. And then again, bringing awareness to the sits bones. And the legs feel heavy through those, grounded towards the earth. And lengthen all the way up the spine. Lift through the crown of your head. And let your shoulders rest away from your ears. Bring awareness to your heart center. This time of year, orienting towards the heart, towards our own hearts, and those of all others, especially the ones that are close to us. So, connecting with the breath and feeling its expansive quality through the heart center. The heart and the lungs are best friends. The breath is often inspired or initiated by the heart through our feelings, our emotions, our concerns. And lifting through the crown of the head, lengthen the skin along the back of your neck. Draw the belly in just a little bit. And practicing this morning for our own hearts, let's use the pronoun I unless another is more resonant with you this morning in our practice. Using the classic phrases. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected from inner and outer harms. May I be filled with loving kindness and forgiveness for myself as well as for others. May I live and practice with ease and grace. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected from inner and outer harms. May I be filled with love and kindness, as well as forgiveness for myself, as well as for others. And may I live and practice with ease and with grace. May I be happy and peaceful. May I be healthy and strong. May I be safe and protected. May I be filled with loving kindness and forgiveness. May I live with ease and grace. And may you be happy and peaceful. May you be healthy and strong. May you be safe and protected from inner and outer harms. May you be filled with loving kindness for yourself and for others. And may you live and practice with ease and grace. Please now bring your hands together right in front of your heart, right at the midline, in Anjali Mudra, a gesture of unity. And let's chant one Om. Take a couple of cleansing breaths. A nice deep breath in, and let it go. Another deep breath in, and let that one go too. And then inhale, and we'll begin. And then release your hands, let them rest on your legs. Really let them rest on your legs this morning, your hands right at your knees. And we'll take some seated cat-cows, drawing your heart forward. Lift and lengthen through the crown of your head as you take a breath in. And as you exhale, draw the back body back towards the wall behind you. Draw the belly in. Press back. Press your hands into your legs. Inhaling, draw yourself forward. Long spine, open heart. Breathe into your heart. And then exhale, press it away. Draw the belly in. Tip the tailbone in and under. Inhale, open the heart, let it draw you forward. Exhale, draw the belly in and back as you tuck your tailbone under. Again, inhale, draw the heart forward, open through the collarbones, nice and wide. Exhale, press back, draw the belly in. Let's add the arms. On an inhalation, turn the palms to the sky, open the arms wide as you draw the heart forward. Good. Exhale, take the hands together, intertwine the fingers, and press the backs of your hands forward as you draw the heart and belly back. And then inhaling, turn the palms to the sky, open up, draw the heart forward. Big breath in and exhale. Press back. Draw the belly in. Press your arms forward. One more time. Inhale. Big, broad arms. Expand the heart. Draw forward. Exhale. Press back. Draw the belly in and back. And then inhale. Lift the arms overhead. And lengthen through both sides. Just open up, feel your ribs, and then flip the palms towards the sky and take a side bend. And inhale back up. Inhale and lengthen, and exhale, come over to the other side. And inhale back up. Press the palms up, take a breath in. Expand through the ribs, and as you exhale, twist, lower the arms. Turn your head if it feels good and look over your back shoulder. As you breathe in, lengthen, grow long through the crown of the head. And notice how as you breathe out, the belly draws in, the twist might deepen in your body. The natural inhalation lifts the spine, and the natural exhalation deepens the twist as you rotate your ribs around the axis of your spine. If it feels good in your body, turn to look over the opposite shoulder, staying with your breath. Inhaling to grow the spine long. Exhaling, draw the belly in. And on your next inhalation, bring your head back to neutral. Take another breath cycle here. And on your next breath in, slowly lift your arms up to the sky and rotate around to the other side, gently and slowly, keeping a good alignment. Bringing your fingertips to the earth behind you. Turn to look over that back shoulder if it feels good in your practice this morning. Feel the revolution of the ribs around the spine. And follow your breath as you breathe in. Notice the lengthening. And as you breathe out, notice the deepening. Take another couple of breaths right here. Feel the expansive quality across the collarbones. And if it feels good in your body, slowly turn to look over the other shoulder. Keep your neck long and enjoy your breath. Good. On your next inhalation, revolve the head back to neutral. Take a breath cycle here. And on your next breath in, lift the arms up and around and let them settle to either side. Let's take the arms out to the side. We'll take a side bend, a full side bend. Take a breath in and lift your right arm up to the sky. As you exhale, draw the shoulder blade down the back body. Reach out through both fingertips, one lifting towards the sky, the other drawing down to the earth. Take another breath in and expand through the spine, side bodies, and the upper arm. And then as you exhale, come into your side bend. Press through the sits bones, anchoring towards both sits bones, especially the right. And invite the breath into that armpit, the right side body, and down and out the hip. On your next inhalation, ground through the sits bones and lift back up. Arms extended to either side. Take a breath in, lift up. And as you exhale, draw the shoulder blade down. Again, just feel that quality of reaching up and lowering down. Inhale, lengthen through both side bodies, the spine and the arm, and come over into your side bend. Ground through your left sits bone. Invite the breath into the armpit and send it all the way down the side body, feeling it move all the way down. And on your next inhalation, ground through the sits bones and come back up. Ah, feels good. Rotate the shoulders. And go both directions. Pause for a moment and just feel your body waking up, expanded, and a little bit longer perhaps. And let's come to child's pose. If you like a blanket under your knees, please feel free to place one there. Take good care. Bring your big toes together behind you, knees hip-width distance apart, and sit your hips back. And then grow the spine long. Listen to your body. Draw your belly in. Draw the inner groins in and back. And always feel free to use a block as you lower down. Bringing your forehead to the block, reach your arms overhead. Or maybe your forehead reaches the mat. Whatever feels right for you as you practice this morning. Keep your arm bones active. Hug the muscles, firm the muscles to the bones. Take a few breaths here, expanding through the heart and the ribs. Take a 3-part breath into your back body, into the sacral area, that lower spine, right around your hips, and then into the space of the mid-back, where your kidneys live, and then into the space of the upper ribs behind the heart. Take a few of those nice, long, 3-part breaths. Good. And then please bring your hands under your shoulders, spread your fingers wide, and press up. Keep your spine long. And join me, please, in table pose. Again, fingers spread comfortably wide, wrists under shoulders and knees under hips. Let your heart sink down towards the earth. And with awareness, take some nice, slow, conscious cat-cows. Take a breath in. Tip the tailbone towards the sky as you open through the heart, wide through the collarbones, long through the crown of the head. Exhale, press the tops of your feet into the mat. Take it nice and slow. Press the earth away with your hands. Draw the belly in and back. Inhale, turn the toes under, lift the tailbone, expand wide through the collarbones, grow long through the neck and the crown of the head. Exhale, take it slow. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Draw the belly in and back, arch up like a Halloween cat. Inhale, other way. And just a couple more of these with your own breath cycle, your own breath pattern, I should say. And after your next cycle of cat-cow, please come back to table with your toes turned under. Do you have your blocks at the top of your mat? Go ahead and get your blocks, if you're using blocks. And then please join me back in table pose once again. Toes turned under. You can lengthen your stance or your placement of your hands, making a longer table. And then we'll press up into downward facing dog. Rooting through the palms of your hands and your fingertips, go ahead and pedal out your legs. Lift your hips high to the sky. And send them back towards the foot of the mat. And then take a breath in, come on up to your toes. Lift your hips just a little bit higher. And as you exhale, lower your heels down towards the mat. Bring your heels behind the widest part of your foot. Draw the belly in and notice your heart space, the ribs that house the heart spreading wide. And then bend your knees, look to the front of the mat, and step up to your hands. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Bring your hands to your blocks perhaps, or maybe to your shins, and then take a breath in and lengthen over the earth, bringing your hands to your shins. Exhale, hinge at the hips and bow to the legs. And on your next inhalation, send your arms out wide, root through the feet, and with the strength of your legs, lift up. Exhale, bring the hands to Anjali Mudra once again. Notice they were right in front of the heart, in the midline of the body, bringing the two hemispheres together. Take a breath in, press hands, draw the shoulder blades onto the back, draw the belly in, send the tailbone towards the earth. Exhale, release your hands. Inhale, sweep them up to the sky, reach through the fingertips, touch the fingertips overhead and open the heart. And as you exhale, float the arms down, find your blocks, your shins or the mat. Inhale, bring your hands to your shins, lengthen, come halfway up. This time as you exhale, take your hands to the outer calves, press in. Internally rotate at the head of the thigh bones. As you inhale, lengthen over the earth, take your hands to your shins. Draw the belly in. Exhale, bow and press your hands into your calves. Inhale, lengthen, come halfway up. Exhale, bow in, find your blocks or the earth or your legs. And on an inhalation, bend your knees, frame your feet with your blocks or your hands, and extend your right foot back. Press out through that back foot. Lengthen and enjoy your breath. Take a breath in here, press out through the back heel, and then lower the knee to the mat as you exhale. Perhaps you point your toes behind you, bringing the toes onto the mat. Lift up. Bring your hand to your knee. Maybe you stay right here. Option to take the arms out to the sides. Take a breath here, an option to lift the fingertips up, let them touch overhead, and perhaps you lift your heart just a bit. Thoracic back bend. Bringing the eyes towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Lower the arms back to the blocks. Turn your back toes under. Come back to lunge. And then bring your right hand to the mat or bring your block towards your front foot. Take your left hand to your hip for a twist. And maybe you lengthen that arm behind you, perhaps lifting the arm to the sky. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Lower your hand back to the earth or the blocks. Take a couple of breaths here and lunge. And then moving your blocks out to the side, prepare to step back into plank pose. Take a breath in and draw that left foot back. And you can modify your plank by bringing your knees to the mat, or take it long from heel to crown of head. Spread wide through the collarbones, draw the belly in. Send your tailbone towards your heels. And we'll lower down. Again, you can bring your knees to the mat, or use just your arms to lower down, building lots of strength. Place the tops of your feet on the mat. Draw your elbows towards your ribs, and with fingers spread wide, circle the shoulder blades onto the back and press up, cobra pose. Take a breath here, and as you exhale, lower down. Turn the toes under, and let's come through table pose to press up into downward facing dog. Once you've reached downward facing dog, take a few breaths here. Press out of the hands and back through the hips. Lift the hips high, sending them back towards the foot of the mat. A couple breaths here. Again, feel the expanse through the ribs. Feel your heart, draw your belly in. And then bend your knees, look to the front of your mat, and again, step up. Find your blocks, the earth or your legs. Take a breath here and bring your hands behind you, interweave the fingers, and then lift the backs of the hands towards the sky. Open through the heart. Take a couple of breaths here, hugging the muscles to the bones and the legs. And then grounding through the soles of your feet. Use the strength of your legs to rise up. Open your heart. Press your hands towards the earth. Inhale. And as you exhale, release your hands and let them float up to the sky. Reach out through the fingertips, perhaps bringing them together overhead. Lift your heart just a bit. Send your tailbone towards the earth. Another breath in, and exhale. Bring your hands to Anjali Mudra. Good. Let's take it to the other side. Inhale, press hands. Open the collarbones. Exhale, open the heart, release the hands. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky, fingertips touch overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips, open the arms and let your heart draw you down into Uttanasana. Inhale, head lift, long spine. Exhale, bow. And again, inhale, head lift, hug the muscles to the bones in the legs as you exhale and bow in. Then inhale, bend your knees, frame your feet with your hands or your blocks. And as you exhale, send your left leg back behind you. Inhale here and press out through the back heel into all four corners of the front foot. Take another breath in and then lower that knee to the mat. Extend your toes long behind your knee. And then bring your hands to your knee and rise up. Stay right here if you like. Option to take the arms out to the sides. And pressing into all four corners of the front foot and the top of the back foot. Take a breath in and lift your arms if you like. Perhaps the fingertips touch overhead as you lift your heart. Another option, Anjali Asana. Couple breaths here. And as you exhale, open the arms, lower down, find the mat, turn your back toes under, and lift back up. Runner's lunge, make sure you're on railroad tracks. And then bring your hand into the middle of the mat, or maybe your block. And take your right hand to your hip, twist, press out through that back heel. Option to extend the arm and send it up towards the sky. Couple breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Lower down. Take a couple of breaths here in low lunge. And we'll step back into plank again. So if you're using blocks, take them to the side, bring your hands to the mat, and step your right foot back. Come into plank, either modified or not modified. Take a couple of breaths here. Pressing out through the heels, broad through the collarbones. Tailbone towards the heels. Inhale, exhale, lower down, however is best for you. Once you've arrived here, you can take cobra, baby cobra, or up dog if you like. Take a couple breaths wherever you like. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Let's take it again, either cobra, up dog, or baby cobra. Breath in to lift up, peeling your heart up off the mat. Inhale at the top. Exhale once again, lower down. Turn your toes under, and with fingers spread wide, press up through table, and then lift your hip crease up to the sky. And find downward facing dog. Stay with your breath here. Big breaths in and long breaths out. If you're able to use your Ujjayi breath, that's wonderful. Draw the belly in, draw the inner ribs in, open through the heart. Feel that expanse, the length through the side bodies. And then on an inhalation, bend your knees, look to the front of the mat, and step up to your hands once again. Find your blocks, the earth, your legs, whatever feels best. As you practice, keep your spine as long as you can. And then take a breath in, extend the arms out to the sides, open the heart, and on your next breath in, ground through your feet and rise up, fingertips overhead. Inhale, lift the heart just a little bit, lengthen. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Come here to Tadasana and either lengthen the arms out to the sides or bring the hands together once again in Anjali Mudra, your choice. Take a few breaths here, feel your body. Good, and then from here, let's practice crescent. Take a look at your feet, make sure they're right under your hip sockets. Second toe is facing forward. Take a moment to ground into all four corners of both feet. perhaps lifting your toes, spreading them wide, and grounding into all four corners of your feet. Lift the arches and then lower your toes to the mat. Press the feet away from one another isometrically and feel your deep front line, that fascial line that runs all the way up through the core of the body, all the way up to over the eyebrows. Just see if you can connect with that as you press your feet away, engaging the core body. And then let's practice some crescents. From here, take a breath in and lift the arms up overhead. Find your right wrist with your left hand. On an inhalation, press your palm towards the sky. Press your foot into the earth and take it over to the left. And you can let your hip go towards the right if that feels good in your body. Press out through the palm of that hand. Breathe into the stretch. Open the ribs. Make room for your heart. And then inhale, press into your right foot more as you lift back up and switch hands. Good, everyone. Take a breath in, press into your left foot more, out through the palm of your left hand. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, come into your crescent. Breathe into the ribs, the home of the heart. Couple more breaths here. And then to come out of it, press more into your right foot and lift up. Reach long through the fingertips, shoulder blades draw down towards the hips, and then exhale. Hands come to Anjali Mudra. Let's practice a few standing poses. Turn to the front of your mat if you're not already, and you can bend your knees and step your right foot back. We'll take Virabhadrasana 1. Draw the spine long, lift the heart, and send the arms out to either sides. Make sure your back foot and your front foot are organized as though you're on railroad tracks. Firm into the soles of both feet, pressing into the outer edge of the back foot. And then on an inhalation, lift your arms up to the sky, send your shoulder blades down towards your hips. And then round your arms, beach ball arms. Inhale here, and as you exhale, press the arms down, fingers organized, pinkies forward, thumbs back, bend into your front knee. Lift your heart, feel the space across your collarbones, and then inhale, lengthen the leg, press up. Beach ball arms, firm the muscles to the bones in the legs. Take a breath in. Exhale, press down. Open wide through the collarbones, wide through the heart. Inhale, lift. Firm the muscles to the bones in the legs. Draw the belly in. Take a breath. And as you exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, up. Exhale, float the arms down. And then heel toe your front foot forward and perhaps stepping your back foot so you line up for Virabhadrasana 2. Ground into your feet and find a comfortable stance for you. Sorry about my back to you. Take a breath in, send the arms out to either side. We'll take Virabhadrasana 2. And on an exhale, as you tuck your left hip under, lengthen the arms and bend into your front knee. Lift through your torso. If you're leaning forward, bring your hips into the same plane and take your arms back out to the sides. Press into the outer edge of your back foot, lifting through that inner ankle. And let's take reverse warrior. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, come into reverse warrior. Maybe you take your back arm, your right arm around the back. Another breath here. And then as you exhale, come back to Virabhadrasana 2. Take another breath in and we'll come into extended side angle. Bring your right hand to your hip and your left forearm to your thigh, and then revolve the ribs so you're facing the side of your mat. Stack your shoulders. Hug the muscles to the bones, and maybe you take your right arm along your side body, extending long through the fingertips, and then reaching up and over. Take a few breaths here. Keeping that front knee just over the ankle foot. Tucking your left hip under. Take a breath here. And as you exhale, come back to Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale here. Exhale. Lower the arms and lengthen the leg. And then bend your, well, let's not do that. Let's step forward to Tadasana. Good. And then we'll take it to the other side. Take a breath in and then step the left foot back. Find your way into Virabhadrasana. Bring your hips so they're both in the same plane facing forward. Make sure you're on railroad tracks. And then stand up nice and tall. Hug the muscles to the bones. Both legs find all four corners of both feet. And on an inhalation, lift your arms up towards the sky. Open your heart. Inhale here, beach ball arms. Exhale, lower down into Virabhadrasana 1. Press into that back edge of the back foot. Inhale, lift back up. Big breath in. And as you exhale, lower down, Virabhadrasana 2. Good. Inhale, lift up, open the heart. Breathe into the heart space and exhale, lower down. Big, wide spread, expanse through the collarbones, the pectorals, the chest. Inhale, lift up. One more time, exhale, lower down into Virabhadrasana 1. And then inhale, lift. And exhale, lower the arms, and we'll take that maneuver to get ourselves into Virabhadrasana 2, coming into a nice wide stance. On your mat, standing up, not falling over. Take a breath in, send the arms out to the sides, hug the muscles to the bones, and then bend your front knee. Virabhadrasana 2. Again, if you notice yourself leaning, you can take your hands to those hip points and bring them into the same plane. And then send your arms back out to the side. Take a peek at that bent knee leg. Make sure the knee is just over the ankle foot. Inhale here. And on your exhalation, take it into the reverse warrior. Breathe into those side ribs, maybe taking your hand behind you or down your leg, either way. Inhale and exhale back to Vira 2. Another breath here before we come into side angle pose. Take your hand to your hip and your right arm to your right leg. And then revolve the ribs around so you're facing the side of your mat. Stacking your shoulders. Press into the outer edge of that back foot. Draw the belly in, tuck your right hip under a bit. And then option to take the arm along your side, stay right there, or lift it up and overhead. You can also take the arm out in front, hug the head of the arm bone into the shoulder socket, and then sweep it up and over. Options and choices. Take a few breaths wherever you are. And then on your next inhalation, lift back, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale here. Exhale, lengthen the leg, lower the arms. Turn the foot forward and step back. Tadasana. Take a few breaths here in Tadasana, or bring your hands together for Samastitihi, whichever you prefer. Feel the breath in the body. Take this moment perhaps to connect with your heart. Good, and then release your hands and let's come to a seat. Bring your blanket, please, and your blocks. And we'll set up for Upavishta Konasana, wide-legged forward fold. We'll do a variation of that. Still, you might like your blocks. And come to a seat on the front edge of your blankets. Take your legs out wide, either on the earth or your mat, whatever you prefer. And bring your one block to the outer side, the outside of your left leg. Sit up tall. And we're going to take a side bend. Press out through the soles of your feet and hug the muscles to the bones in your legs to protect all these ligaments and tendons on the inner thigh. And press your heels into the earth so that you don't hyperextend. Take care of your knees. Take a breath in and settle. Settle into your sits bones. Make sure you're sitting on the anterior side of the sits bones, not on the back. Don't concave, please. Sit up nice and tall. Even using 2 blankets, possibly. That can be helpful. And then we'll take the right arm out to the side, and you can take your left hand to your block. Take a breath in, lift that arm up, and then come over. You can rest your arm on your block. If it feels better to rest your arm on your leg or on the earth, that's fine too. Stay with your breath, ground through both sits bones and your legs. Stay connected to your feet. Keep the knees pointing towards the sky as well as the toes. Take a couple of breaths here. And then if it feels good in your body, you can revolve to face your left leg. Keep your spine long. Better to stay higher than to hunch over. Stay nice and long, grounding through the legs, the hips, and the heels. And then revolve back to face forward. Good. Inhale and ground through both hips to come back up. Beautiful. Take a couple of breaths. Bring your block to the other side. Make sure that you're still sitting on your blanket. If you might have slid off, make sure you're still sitting on the anterior portions of your sits bones. Grow your spine long and release your shoulders away from your ears. Soften your jaw, and then you can rest that hand, your right hand, on your block. Take your left arm out to the side, and on an inhalation, reach it up and over. Find your side bend. Notice if this side feels different, and just notice. Notice what's so in your body, allowing and accepting. Acceptance is part of unconditional love, which radiates from your heart. And let it radiate right to you right now. If it feels good to release the block and bring your hand to your leg, that's fine. Listen to your body as you breathe into the side waist, into the ribs. On an inhalation, you can revolve to face your leg. Maybe your hands rest on your leg or the mat. Maybe one is on the block. Whatever works in your body. Whatever works in your body with a nice long spine. Do your best to keep your spine long. Take another breath or two here. Keep your toes and your knees towards the sky. And then on your next inhalation, revolve back into your side bend. Reach through that side body, ground through both hips, and on your next inhalation, lift back up. Good. Take your hands behind your knees, and let's help our legs back up, our knees back up. Bring your hands behind you and lift your heart. And then maybe you lean a little more into your hands with your heart lifted and send your knees gently from side to side. And then bring your feet back to the mat. And let's bring the soles of our feet together, and you can definitely place a block under your thighs if that's helpful, or your knees. And sit up nice and tall once again. Draw your shoulder blades onto the back and towards the hips. Lengthen your neck. Take a couple of breaths here. If it feels accessible in your body, hinge at the hips and let your heart draw you forward. See if you can actually let your heart lead you forward. Good. That looks beautiful. Keep muscle energy in the legs. Draw the belly in. Extend long from the tailbone through the crown of the head. Notice your heart once again and the expansive quality across your collarbones as you breathe in and out. Couple more breaths here. Baddha Konasana. And then draw your belly in. Keep your spine nice and long. Root through your hips and lift up. And you can take your hands behind you once again. Lift your heart and then extend your legs and give them a nice little shake. Good. You can point and flex your feet if that feels good. And then keep your blocks nearby. You can come off your blanket, put it to the side for now, and come to constructive rest pose on your back. As you lower down, feel your back body as it makes contact with the earth. Feet hip-width distance apart and just an inch or 2 inches away from your sits bones, second toe facing forward. Lift your hips for a moment, lengthen through your tailbone. Draw your shoulder blades towards your back body under you and lengthen the back of your neck. If your waistline is popping up, lift your hips again and see if you can lengthen through the lower back and let it come a little closer towards the earth. And then bring one block, place it in between your thighs. Reach long through the fingertips. See if you can touch your heels. If not, bring your feet a little closer to your sits bones. And then turn your palms towards the earth and draw your shoulder blades a little more underneath you. Keeping that block on the narrowest setting between your thighs will take bridge pose. Think of lifting in one long line, lifting your hips right up off the mat, lifting your heart and maybe walking your shoulder blades under you just a little more. Maybe you reach the fingertips together and intertwine them, drawing your shoulder blades even more under. Keep holding the block between the thighs, lifting the hips and sending energy out the knees. Breathe into your heart. Relax your face and your neck. Take a breath here, beautiful. And as you exhale, release your hands and lower down one vertebrae at a time, lengthening through the tailbone as your hips reach the mat. Take a couple breaths here and we'll take bridge pose again, keeping that block right between the thighs just to keep the legs in alignment. Again, with the palms flat on the mat, shoulder blades hugging in, take a breath in and lift the hips straight up. You can stay right here or intertwine your fingers and bring your shoulders a little more under you. Press the hips up. Your weight should not be on your cervical spine. Press those hips. Reach out through the knees. Take another breath. And as you exhale, release your hands and lower down. Lengthen through the tailbone and let your hips touch the mat. Take a couple of breaths. And we'll take it one more time. Draw the shoulder blades under. Hug that block. Lengthen the spine. Press into all four corners of both feet and then lift your hips. Intertwine the fingers if it feels good in your practice. Lift those hips, send the energy out through the knees. Relax your face and your neck. Take a breath in. And then exhale. Release your hands and lower down, one vertebrae at a time. Lengthen out the spine as you draw down towards the earth, so your hips and your sacrum and your lower back are on the mat or very, very close to the mat. Relax your face. And then locate your other block. Keep that first one between the thighs, and we'll take supported bridge. On an inhalation, press into all four corners of your feet, and you can bring your block on the first or second setting right under your sacrum. Let your hips settle on the block and breathe here. Keep some energy in the feet and keep the block between your thighs. You can turn your palms towards the sky. Draw your shoulder blades a little more under you and feel your heart open, your ribs open. Soften your throat, your neck, your jaws, your face. Enjoy your breath. Long, slow breaths in and out. Now, if it feels good, you can lift your legs. Know that there's a block in between your thighs. And just a gentle hug in on the thighs keeps the block just where it is. Reaching out through the toe tips. Feeling all the organs of the body drawing down towards the back body, down towards the earth. The fluids of the body drawing down towards the heart. A couple of breaths more right here. And if you've lifted your legs to the sky, bend your knees and lower your feet back down to the mat. Couple more breaths here. And again, please find all four corners of both feet. Plug into those feet. And on your next inhalation, lift your hips, scoot the block out from underneath and lower down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Extend long through the tailbone. And once you reach the earth, you can remove the block from between your legs and resist the urge to move for a moment. Feel your tailbone anchored towards the earth, long spine, long back of the neck. And on your next breath in, draw your knees towards your chest, keeping your tailbone long and anchored down, too heavy to lift, like a big dinosaur tail. Flex both feet And let your thigh bones make their journey towards your chest on their own time. You will sense and feel when they have reached their destination. Simply allowing them to rotate in their hip sockets, taking time. No rush. This is part of the practice. And relax your shoulders. And once they've made their final descent, place your hands on your kneecaps and rotate big circles first. And then let those circles grow small. Then go the other way. Nice big circles. Nice massage for the sacrum. And then let those circles get small. Get all the surfaces of the sacrum. And then hug in. Just a little more. Hug those knees in. Flex those feet. Couple breaths here. On your next inhalation, lower your feet to the mat and open your arms out to the sides. Take a nice big breath in and lift your hips to the left. On your next inhalation, lift your feet, your knees, your legs, and send them over to the right in a twist. If it feels good in your body, you can look over towards your left hand. And do your best, please, to keep both shoulder blades laying on the mat. Lift your hips towards your knees. Breathe into the ribs, the lung, side waist, the hip. Soften your face, your eyes. Enjoy your breath. And on your next inhalation, draw your belly in and lift your legs back up. Good. Set your feet on the mat. Lift your hips back to center. And we'll take it to the other side. Take a breath in and lift your hips to the right. And then on your next breath in, lift your legs, your knees, your feet, and send them over to the left. Do your best to keep your right shoulder blade on the mat, both shoulder blades. And if it feels good, you can look towards your right fingertips. Press the right hip towards the knees. Breathe into the right lung, the ribs, side waist, the hip. Enjoy your breath. Soften your face and your eyes. And on your next breath in, draw the belly in, lift your legs up and set them back on your mat. Inhale and lift your hips back to center. Take another breath in and draw your knees towards your chest. Flex your feet, relax your shoulders, lengthen your neck. And then reach through your legs, find happy baby pose, any way that works in your body. Take your hands to your feet or your ankles or even the backs of your thighs. Flex your feet and enjoy your breath. If your hands are at your feet, do a little isometric press in. Keep your neck nice and long. Breathe into your root chakra, your pelvic floor, your groins and hips. Do your best to relax your shoulders, your neck, your jaws, your face. Take good care of you. If it feels good and is accessible in your body, bring your soles of your feet together and open your knees out wide in Supta Baddha Konasana. Listen to your body. Always listen to your body, the wisdom of your own body. Relax your face here. On your next inhalation, you can draw your knees back together for Apanasana. Flex both feet. Couple breaths here. Relaxing the shoulders towards the earth. Take a deep breath in and send your right leg long on your mat. Press out through the sole of that foot. We're still hugging in on the left knee towards the chest. Couple breaths here. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, lower your left foot to the mat and bring your right foot up to join it. Next breath in, draw both knees back in towards your chest. Hug them in. And inhale. And as you exhale, send your left leg long on your mat. Reach out through the sole of that foot. Both feet are active. Ardha Apanasana. Relax your face and relax your shoulders. Keep your feet active and hug the muscles to the bones in your extended leg. Good. Enjoy your breath. Another breath or two right here. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, lower your right foot to the mat. Left foot comes to join it. Constructive rest pose. And then take another breath in, bring both knees back towards your chest, hug in, and this time, if you like, you can lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Draw your forehead towards your knees. Little tiny bug pose. Squeeze in. Take a breath. And as you exhale, expand out. Shavasana. Bring blankets to support you, cover you, whatever feels good in this final resting pose. Once you've found your way into Shavasana, make sure your weight is evenly distributed on your sacrum. Draw your shoulder blades under you. Turn your palms to face the sky. Take a deep breath in, filling all the lungs, the ribs, the heart space. And then as you exhale, let that breath go all the way down and out the soles of your feet. Take another deep breath in and exhale it down and out like a wave, washing all the way down across your body and out the toes. Let your breath balance itself out. As you feel the sensations along your back body and all the points where it touches the surface beneath it. As you breathe, feel your bones growing heavier and heavier. Bones, the earth element in the body, drawing down towards the earth. Heavy and weighted. Feel the muscles of the body soften and balloon out, losing their form. Melting into the earth. And then feel the skin as it drapes over you and melts down. Feel the upper body facing the sky, all that's facing the sky, light and airy with breath. The in-breath and the out-breath. And then bring your awareness to the space of your heart, to the heart itself. And visualize it as a beautiful golden heart. As you inhale, let that golden quality expand out like rays of the sun. And as you exhale, that light, that golden quality withdraws down into your heart. With each breath in, the light grows a little brighter, expands a little wider. And as you exhale, it relaxes back into your heart. As you breathe in, the light grows brighter and permeates more of your body. And as you exhale, it relaxes back towards your heart. With each breath in, more cells, more parts of your body become imbued with golden light. And with each breath out, there's a little more relaxation. As you continue to breathe, more and more cells are filled with light, until both the in-breath and the out-breath, you are golden. Soon, with each breath in, an aura of gold begins to form around you. And as you breathe in and out, the glow grows brighter and bigger, filling all the space around you like a halo of light surrounding you. In 360 degrees in all directions. Golden light surrounds you, emanating from your heart. And this golden aura, this golden halo of light is yours, glowing out from your own heart, yours to keep, yours to hold, yours to shine brightly. And as you continue to breathe, you begin to become aware once again of your breath. The rise and fall of the chest and belly with each breath in and out. And you begin to feel the sensation of your fingertips, your toe tips, bringing your thumbprint to each fingertip and beginning to move your fingers and your toes, circling your wrists and your ankles, and then please take a deep breath in. Lift your arms overhead and point your toes. And let that breath go. And then gently roll to your right side and take a few moments to stay there, curled up like a little baby. Enjoy some breaths. Let all the nutrients of your practice settle into your body, into your tapestry of yourself. And then using your hands and your arms, press up And once again, find your blanket. And come to a nice supported seat on your mat. Comfortable. Then bring your hands together in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. Both hemispheres coming together in unity. The world of duality joining together at your heart in unity, bringing it all together. And then bringing pinkies together and thumb together. Take the fingers out, expand them, and make a beautiful flower, a lotus, Padma Mudra, right in front of your heart. And you can envision your heart seated in the lotus, expanding in its golden rays, shooting out from your fingers. Couple more breaths here. And you can relax your hands, bring your fingers back together in Anjali Mudra and bow your head to your heart with gratitude for your beautiful golden heart. Your heart, your Valentine. And from this place of expansiveness, let's join together and send some loving kindness out into the universe. Please join with me. May all beings everywhere, omitting none, be peaceful and happy. May all beings everywhere be healthy and strong. May all beings be safe and protected, and may all beings be filled with loving kindness and forgiveness for one another and themselves. May all beings everywhere, omitting none, live with ease and grace all the days of their lives. And may this be so. Let's join together and chant one Om. We'll simply inhale to begin. Om. And thank you so much for your practice and for practicing with one another. You have a delightful, beautiful, and sweet, 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 sweet Valentine's Day. May all your days be filled with love and light, and may your golden hearts just expand and shine light into and onto all those you meet. Namaste.